Hello everybody, I hope you're doing well. Thank you very much for joining me here for game number 2 of the Quest of Champions final, ran by the Warrior Lodge here at Sanctuary Gaming Centre here in Sutton in Ashfield, the home of Dice and Ducks, the home of Hellstorm Wargaming, and the home of wonderful tables, wonderful games, and great scenery, and enough scenery to legally call it tournament gaming. Yeah, that's right. You can have more than just GW pipes on a table for a game system. Anyway, my name's Ben. Thank you so much for joining me here for game number 2. We have got a staple here that comes and joins us on this channel quite a lot, but is probably one of the only people who religiously plays Skaven quite this much. But we absolutely love to see Skaven on stream. We always try and get some little ratties on stream as often as we can because I think it's a really good way to be able to show some variation in armies and show that they're capable of stuff. And we have got Mr. Duncan Woods joining us, playing Skaven against Graham with his Daughters of Khaine. So we're going to see how the Marathi snakes match up to Thranquil, I guess. In fact, should we have a cheeky look at the army lists that we've got here in play this week and this game, this particular game? You like Rat. I know you like Rat, Mook. That's why we've got Rat on. We've got Rat on just for you, my dude. Just for you. Anyway, we've got Duncan Woods rocking Skaven. Take what's theirs. Grand strategy. Obviously, being Skaven, there's no sub-allegiance. There's just some weird, funky stuff they can do inside of that. So we've got the Vermin Lord Deceiver, who is the general, with Devious Adversary, the Shadow Magnet Trinket, and the Flaming Weapon. Be able to add that +1 damage onto those attacks. We've got an Arch Warlock with the Esoteric Warp Resonator. And the law of Warp-Vort Galvanism is more warp power. We've then got Slink Skitter Shank. I don't know who Slink is, but we'll take it. We've then got 20 Clan Rats, 10 Gutter Runners. Gutter Runners are phenomenal. The amount of shots that they put out are absolutely insane. And then we have got 6 Storm Fiends, rocking 2 of those weapons. Wind Launchers, Rattling Cannons, Shock Gauntlets. And then the Skitter Shank's Claw Pack. Skittershank is the Underworld Warband. Got it. Perfect. And then we've got a Jezzail for the nice little Jezzail in there. Who doesn't not like that? And then Launchin. Now, it's weird not seeing like a Thranquil. Where is round game 1? Sorry, Bull. What? How you doing? Game 1 is on the channel. It should be uploaded already. SNHQ with his little pack. Yep, fair. And he's going up against Graham Betteridge with a Hagnard Daughters of Khaine, man after my own heart here. Bloodthirsty Zealots being the grand strategy, with Marathi, Khaine, and the Shadow Queen locking up 680 points there as the leaders. We've got a high Gladiatrix there, a Hag Queen on Cauldron of Blood with the Zealosaura, Crown of Woe, and Sacrament of Blood. We've then got 10 Witch Elves, 10 Witch Elves, 20 Witch Elves. We've got 10 Blood Stalkers, 5 Canary Heart Renders, and a Heart of Fury. The game 1 is on the channel. It should be available to be viewed right now if you go under the videos live section that we added to a playlist throughout the day. I should go back and sort that. Might do that between the games. So we're going straight onto the tabletop here with Duncan versus Graham. Their deployment is going... There's quite a lot. Oh, sorry. I'm just going to nip back to the lists really quick. We have Warlord, Expert Conquerors, quite a few drops there for Duncan. Then a Battle Regiment, plus the Hag, the Cauldron there for Graham. So Graham is going to be looking at a 2-drop. It wouldn't have surprised me if Duncan has already sort of decided to go, right, you do a drop, I'll put something in the Gnaw holes, and then you put the rest of your army down. Although he's putting everything but the Cauldron down first. It's an interesting thing. Surprised. I'm very surprised that we've seen that go down quite soon. Had semi-success with Kagraz, using them as tanky wizards to Mystic Shield my warriors. Yep, there are definitely some Underworld's warbands that do make it worth it having on the tabletop. Other ones not necessarily, but it is nice to see them in place. Exclamation mark lists in the chat to be able to see the lists if you want to have a go with them. They should be updated now, so the command should nicely work. And also exclamation mark view and then space top, right, close, or left to get a better look at these things. In fact, I am just going to change us to the left-hand screen. Nice elbow. You can see that Graham is deploying pretty far up. Get a nice cheeky little view of Marathi, the bow snakes there, and the Dice and Ducks logo featured on the wall. trying to make sure I can log into there on here. Done. Start talking. Awesome sauce. Now this is game number 2 here. Both of these players are 1-1. Ever will manage to make their way through and win this game will give themselves a better chance to be able to 5-0 the event. There are 32 players here over the course of 5 rounds. That's 32. So after game 1 there are 16 winners. After game 2 there are 8 winners. After game 3 there are 4 winners. After game 4 there are 2 winners. And after game 5 there will be a single person on 5 wins, hopefully. So they're giving themselves a much better opportunity to be able to get a podium spot. Obviously, a 4-1 will get you a good chance at a podium, not a guaranteed chance. And then we've got a obviously a 5-0 taking the big fat W. Now, Duncan is prolifically good with his Skaven. He is a very, very good guy with his Skaven. And I'm pretty sure I've not actually seen or heard much of Graham, but I'm pretty sure Graham's pretty confident with Daughters of Khaine. Did manage to take a W in game 1. Duncan actually beat, I believe, Mike Stewart with his Seraphon there, game 1. It was mighty good work from him, indeed. If you want to jump on with me, Moog, you are more than welcome to. Just drop me a line and we can sort that out. If you do not, that is also acceptable. But I will happily take you guys through what we've currently got. Level saying table looking great. Thank you very much. The terrain is provided by the Warrior Lodge team. So Dan Buchanan from the Warrior Lodge team very graciously lent us his terrain again. Next year, starting January, our goal is to be able to have tables for ourselves. So we'll be able to turn up at your events and bring our own terrain. Won't bring a table, but we should have mats and terrain suitable for a live stream. And eventually, over the course of time in the future, I would very much like to see a table for each realm. Mortal realm featuring a table would be absolutely lovely to have. And it would give a lot of variety as well. But I need to reach out to a couple of game mats companies, see if they would mind affiliating or partnering or whatever with us, sponsoring us, whatever, to see if we can bring some of that overhead cost down. Because we are well on our way to monetization here on YouTube, but we are a little bit, I think we're over 50% of the way on watch hours. So if you aren't doing anything of an evening, feel free to watch a video on, put it on very, very low volume, and just have the watch hours rack up. That would be great. But we need 4,000 watch hours. We've got like 2,500 at the moment, which is quite good. Tournaments tend to help quite a lot, and watch backs also help loads too. And then we are looking for 1,000 subscribers here on the channel to be able to get that. We need both of those cumulatively to be able to enable monetization. But once we've got that, we should be Gucci. Be good. Help get some of the ad revenue in. It might not be a lot, maybe like £5 a month or something, but you know what they say, every little helps. If you want to support the channel in any other way that is a bit more fiscally irresponsible from yourselves, we do have a Patreon, but there is also a donate button or link in the bottom of the stream. Other than that, if you are interested in us streaming your events, you can check out DysonDucks.com. There is an event coverage request form. Fill that in, and we'll be able to assess your event, and if it fits in with our calendar and fits in with us cost-wise and stuff like that, we can sort all of that out. And last but not least, we are running events as well here from Dyson Ducks. So we have got an Age of Sigmar doubles event at the start of December here, hosted at Sanctuary Gaming Centre. Is 1,000 points each. Event pack coming to you this coming week. And you guys will be able to join in. We've got 8 teams signed up already. And, you know, it's looking good. 8 teams. I'd like 12, but 8 will do, you know. And then we've got a Star Wars Legion event, if anybody's interested, the last weekend in November or something like that. So the 27th November. Bell. But here we go. Daughters of Khaine. Graham deploying his Witch Elves in those typical lines. Being on 25mm bases, it means that they have the opportunity to stack like they are and not to worry about adherence or anything like that. They can just be where they are and love life. I realise somebody has knocked the close-up cam. But it's oh no, it's not too bad. It's not too bad actually. It'll do. Hopefully we'll see some action here towards the centre of the battlefield when we get onto the close-up cam. And we can see that we've got Gnawholes situated, one in the bottom of your screen, one off to the right, one top left-hand side here. Clan Rats are creating that, you have to take them in units of 20. The Clan Rats creating that wonderful, like, get away from my face screen, just in case Graham does decide he wants to take turn. Duncan then got the Storm Fiends behind, just within 6 inches of the front of that Clan Rat line, so that an Unleash Hell can come out if needs be, because you measure within 6 inches of each model now, rather than each unit. So you, if you're Graham and you, for example, take the turn, Duncan's, but you have the ability to like get Marathi over here and into the Clan Rats. The Clan Rats are probably going to die to Marathi, so you might as well take 3 wounds off with the Storm Fiends, for example. No, Moog. No, we can't. We cannot. And then we've got a Deceiver up here next to the Gnawhole, so that you can just pop through at any point. Mission that we are playing here. Oh, handshake for the turn. There we go, to start the turn off. And the players just deciding who is going first. Obviously, Graham will have the priority because he is the lower number of drops. I assume he will make Duncan go first. But let's have a look at the mission while the players are deciding such a thing. We are playing head-on collision here, chat. We have got 3 objectives. You can see the attacker's territory. Oh, and Duncan has gone to the toilet conveniently, which means that I can talk about the mission while he's gone. Good timing, Dunk. So deployment, you have your territories and then you 9 away, which gives you a nice, relatively close mission to deploy all the way up. Deadly denizens in the battle. The objectives cannot be controlled in the first battle round. Means there's no against the odds here for anybody in round number 1. Players do not gain control objectives after setup either. So none of that nonsense. Victory points. Score a victory point if you control the objective in your territory, 2 if you control the one in the middle, and 4 if you control your opponent's. You also score a victory point if you gained control of an objective this turn, and there are any friendly Galean veteran units within 6 inches of that objective. You also score 2 victory points if you completed the battle tactic. Grand strategy is obviously worth 3. 5 turns in a game. Whoever has the most victory points will, of course, win. Whilst Duncan is away, let's have a look at some stats that we've got here for you guys. Grand Alliance breakdown across the tournament. We've got 14 order lists, making up 43.75% of the total representation. We've then got 7 Chaos, 7 Destruction, repping 21.88 each, and then 4 Death, I think 12.5%. 3 of those Death on Nighthaunt. As we can see here on the factions represented, we have got Idoneth, Deepkin, Nighthaunt, Stormcast all being repped thrice here across those 32 players. That makes up a total of 9 there. We've then got 2 Fireslayers, 2 Doc, 2 Cruel Boys, 2 Maggotkin, 2 Ironjaws, 2 Seraphon, 2 Suns, 2 Slaves, 2 Skaven, 2 Lumineth, and a Beast of Chaos piloted by Freddie Leggett, not running his Cities of Sigmar this time. A Flesh Eater Courts and an Ogre Moor Tribes. Making some representation here with the 3.13% that they are. Factions not represented. Blades of Khorne. Seen quite a lot of uptake recently. People seem to like that, and like the change to the Blood Tithe not running out and that sort of stuff is pretty darn nice. Legion of the First Prince not being shown. Slanesh as well, not surprising. Tzeentch using the old book, the new one's not in play yet, I believe. Cities of Sigmar. Caradron, that's a weird one. There's no trees, no Sylvaneth, because they are a bit subpar. They're pretty fun, but a bit subpar. Then we've got Bone Splitters. I'm surprised we've got so many Ironjaws, and not a single one of them is Big Waaagh, because they are much better as a Big Waaagh faction. We've then got Gloomspites, Soul Blights, and Ossiarch Bone Reapers. Moving on to the grand strategies taken, 32, we can see a really, really strong showing for No Place for the Weak and Take What's Theirs. You know, Defend What's Ours and Show of Dominance are the only 2 other generic ones, and they make up 3 of the 32 lists. Everything else is faction specific. Really sad to see the game is in such a dominant thing for those sort of things. It's like when I think grand strategies they've really struggled with, because they've got better, but it was a case of, you know, you took Hold the Line and spammed Battle Line basically and kept one at the back of the board and kept it alive. So yeah, a bit interesting. Now if you bear with me 2 seconds, chat, I'm going to nip to the table and make sure that I swap priorities and turns over. Brilliant. Yep, I've just updated that. Duncan has done it as well. Against the odds. You can't do it against the odds, Duncan. I obviously can't tell the players that they can't do it. Because I'm not a judge. I'm not a judge. I have to contest and control the objective. You can't control the objective in head-on collision in turn 1. Sad state of affair. The amount of people that do this. I hope you're all doing well. Thank you so much for joining me, everybody. Whether you are watching back or watching live, I hope you're doing well. Thank you for joining us. If you are looking, hobbying at home or playing any games or anything, what is it you're doing? It'd be nice to know. Where are you tuning in from? Thank you for joining us on our small yet growing channel for our Warhammer Age of Sigmar tournament. And we can see that Duncan is now casting some of his spells. 10+1 for the Gnawhole. These players not, but that was more and more warp power there on the Storm Vermin. Storm Fiends, sorry. I assume the Storm Fiends are going to pop through a hole. Maybe shoot off. You know, if the Storm Fiends come out like here, you could potentially shoot off the Cauldron in a turn, depending how close the snakes are. Get rid of those because they're going to be a bit of a pain. Sisters of Slaughter also going to provide us with a bit of a headache. Going to be up to Dunk to find out his target priority. It's quite weird. Oh, sorry, that was launching that went down. Sorry, not more warp power. It's quite weird to see such a outnumbered Skaven army versus a Daughters of Khaine. There are a lot of bodies here in this dock list. I mean, what we're looking at, we've got 40 25mm bases. A 32 from the Galatrix, 10 snakes, Marathi, Little Marathi, the Cauldron, and some Heart Renders as well. Duncan's just repping some Gutter Runners, which will be hiding in a bit of in a unit somewhere, and got our 2 units of 20 Storm. Sorry, not Storm Fiends, Clan Rats. Make up that core battle line. It's a bit of an interesting one. You know, you've got your choice of Clan Rats or Storm Vermin and hero-specific play, which is quite interesting. So, Duncan's list is pretty simple. I'm going to have a cheeky look at our High Gladiatrix, because I've not actually... I remember reading her rules when she first came out, but I don't actually know where she sits. Death Dance... 6-inch pile-in. Wow, that's pretty good. At the end of the combat phase, pick a hero. It takes... Wait, what? At the end of the combat phase, you can pick an enemy hero within an inch of this model. Roll a d3. Add the number of wounds allocated to that hero to the roll. If the roll is equal to or greater than the enemy hero's wounds characteristic, it is slain. So it's really about finishing off those characters. Maybe you could get like a 6 wound maybe we could get like you know, a 6 wound character, wound it 3 times and then roll a d3, hoping for that fat 3. Could happen, could finish him off. And then you've got the Paragon of Slaughter, so melee weapons used by Witch Elves and Sisters of Slaughter, only within 12, a wound of 3+ instead of 4+, and a rend characteristic of -1 instead of blank. Now that is insane. Hear me out. If you have a way to, I'm gonna have to tell them. Give me a second. Sorry, chat. I just went and fixed the battle plan because they all did it wrong. Oh, I'm going to have to go and click some buttons. 1 second. Apologies, ladies and gentlemen. I am back here with you now, just making sure that the players were up to date on what was going on. Both players had their turn. Not both players, sorry. Just Duncan had his turn. So they literally, Duncan had only moved a unit up the board, and that was it. And he has chosen Desecrate their lands and gone for the back objective. Sorry, the back piece of terrain near Marathi down here. He counts as 2, but he's got 3 little ratties already on there, thanks to the Underworld's Warband. One of the benefits of an Underworld's Warband is how small you can fit them in places, because there's like 4 or 5 models and they're very, very small bases. But they really do help to sort some stuff out. There we go. Right. So now he's brought his little boys up. Brought his gutter runners in from that bit of terrain off there on the right-hand side. Left-hand side, sorry. Try and chip some wounds off Marathi. Or Moratti. Let's have a look at the gutter runners, actually, because they have got 3 attacks each. A 12-inch range for their throwing stars. 4s and 4s and 1 damage. They can deploy wholly within 6 inches of terrain feature and 9 from all enemies. That's why we see them go down there. They can run and shoot. And if you roll a 6 to hit, it takes a mortal wound. 3 attacks each, and there are 105 points for 5. So 15 dice for 105 points, potential mortal wounds. Not the end of the world. Alright. Crazy amount of shots. And the players agreed to leave launching and the cast spells casting where they are. Duncan was happy to basically leave the turn as was. Gutters are really point efficient, they really are. Sorry? Fixed it. Morons. So, the chat can hear me say this as well, but first off, so Duncan chose against the odds. Can't do. And then, when he was putting the app in, he controlled one, controlled more. Sorry? Yeah, I know. But I didn't realise it was going to be a mission that was slightly more complicated than 1 + 1 = 2. Well, yeah, I'll let you have that. He is from Hull. Yeah, yeah. They're redoing their turn. £105 for that sort of damage is pretty nice. Oh, sorry, chat. A little tired. I was on a massive 4 hours of sleep last night. Finished setting up the stream room, tidying it up a little bit more. The Marathi... Oh, the heart renders have been lifted off the board. Marathi is taking her 3 wounds. Predict. A lot of sense. Can. Oh, nothing but failures on the ward saves there. On. Charges or anything going in. Let's have a look at that warband. Actually, I want to see. I want to see the Skaven warband. What we got? Warband. Italian. That's battle line. Is it a leader? Oh wait, no, it is on here. Cool. Slink Skittershank is 4 attacks, 4s and 4s, no rend, D3 damage. Jesus. Then 6 attacks, 3s and 3s, -1 D3. Also amazing. If the target for a hit roll is a 6, it's D3. He's a gutter runner on steroids. Has run and shoot. And has strike first if he's near his pack. Speaking of his pack. His pack has 4 models. Eshin slings and all sorts of nonsense. D3 mortal wounds again for them. They are just better gutter runners. More expensive. But better gutter runners. During deployment, you can set up, at the end of your first movement phase, you can set it up wholly on the battlefield, 6 a terrain feature, and more than 6 away from all enemy units. Then, if the warband joined you from reserve, pop 6 more on. You can barge through enemy lines relatively easily with this unit in turn 1. And again, run and shoot, which is really potent. So yeah, Marathi taking those 3 wounds, Duncan claiming Desecrate, and the heart renders have, the Knarai have died. Eye for an eye chosen from Graham, which makes sense because Duncan's got not a lot of rats, not a lot of units. I reckon we'll see that unit of 20 lifted in the middle relatively easy if Graham so pleases. All the gutter runners off the left-hand side will also be lifted relatively easy. Or indeed, you've got the Underworld's warband and leader off to the back right. Yep, gutter runners barge in for 2. Yep, very good. Gutter runners proving their worth, proving their points. And I want to do a Skaven army. A lot of models to paint. Oh, a little sleepy. My bad. Sorry, chat. Okay, so Duncan's just nipped for a drink. Graham seriously considering what he's going to do here. Big prizes in the raffle here, chat, as well. Good luck, Dunk. Good luck. What? No, I'm alright, thank you, dude. Duncan offered me a drink. Bless his little heart. I will go and grab myself a drink in a momento. Get a bottle of water or something. And we can see now play has resumed. I don't think this game's going to take a massive amount of time. It will go one or the other way pretty quickly, I think. Buy M1 ticket. Buy M1 ticket? What? Buy my ticket? Buy me ticket. Buy me one ticket. You want me to buy a raffle ticket for you, Moog? Baby. Okay, so. Sorry, pardon me. I just punched the microphone. Apologies, chat, apologies. You want one? I can see what I can do with one, Moog. Trying to potentially get Mind Razor off here. It's pretty simple. It's a potent spell to get off there for Daughters of Khaine. What are the prizes? You've got a Horus Heresy box, the Warcry box, Star Wars Legion Pandemic, a Battle Host of Middle-earth, 300 quid's worth of prizes already, and then I think there's going to be a load of other stuff added in. The more tickets they sell, the more stuff they get. 50-50, either I win or don't. Yep, that is pretty much how it works. Do you win or you don't? You jump to a cheeky view left for a split second. Look at that gorgeousness. Look at that gorgeousness. Oh, good, looking good. All the armies there. Get up a close-up shot. Or a side view of the table. See the rats just creeping in. The gutter runners there just off to the right, facing down the Daughters of Khaine. Pretty potent game. And you can see, there you go. Basically just a gutter runner showcase here. But players doing a cracking job, putting themselves out, making notes on paper and also on the app, which is wonderful. Eye for an eye, obviously. I reckon it's almost guaranteed. Graham has to forget that he's supposed to be doing it for it to not be guaranteed. The Warpstone Sparks there at the top left. Terrain is very, very nice. Wonderfully given to us by Dan Buchanan. Second table that we're going to have on later. Also given to Dan Buchanan. I think I want to just change the terrain for tomorrow's game rather than today's. I think I'm just going to leave today's as it is rather than panic. Put it in tomorrow with a different board for table number 1. Warrior Lodge, Quest of Champions. Onwallet did lose his first game. Fortunate, as we would have had him on stream had he won. Instead, we have Duncan Graham fighting each other. Skaven, Daughters of Khaine. Got to run. Sorry, Clan Rat's being removed off the table here. 2, 4, 7 left out of that unit of 20 being shot. For a phase shoot. From the bow snakes. Might as well use it. It's easy to do. Really do think they should have made that a once a game command ability. Much like a holy command from Stormcast Eternals. Hero phase shooting or hero phase fighting is ridiculously strong. You're able to do something in a phase that you wouldn't normally be able to do it in. I think Graham was potentially hoping those clan rats might have all died in place, so it gives Marathi a good opportunity to yeet herself into the center of the table. And then go from there. Into the Storm Fiend, say. Has already taken 3 wounds, so she is looking a little mildly rough. We're sending her over this way. And she has got the ability to then charge there. And then next turn, bounce over here before hitting this. Oh, sorry. Flashbang. But I assume we'll see another unit of clan rats just come out here. Screen given the opportunity. Meaning super safe. Storm Fiend. Ultimately, the Storm Fiends are the things that are going to do quite a lot of damage here in Duncan's army. Usually it's pick a unit and ruin its day. Units you want to kill, though, are the snakes and Marathi, pretty much. The Cauldron is also super useful. I think Duncan's going to have to just use some potential brain. Stuff like gutter runners. Maybe do an unleash hell as they get shot. You know, see if you can take 3 wounds off Marathi before she kills the gutter runners. Make a lot of sense. That means she would be 50% of the way through her game already. And then in turn 2, you can whittle off some wounds off her. Maybe if Duncan gets the priority, he could get a couple of wounds off Marathi, another 3. Meaning that if she charges, she's going to be taking that Unleash Hell almost undoubtedly. Then there is a potential she will die before she gets to hit, and you wouldn't want to throw Marathi in just like that. But I really do think that doing those first 3 wounds are... if you go first and you have the ability to chip off those 3 wounds in turn 1 before your opponent gets to play, really strong position against Marathi. Purely because it means there is a chance that there is a turn 2 death for Marathi. Which makes it a lot more appealing, and also means that she's not guaranteed to be playing the game in turn 3. And being able to position these things to do those Unleash Hells. Managing to get some wounds off in your opponent's turn, potentially, that's the thing. There's 10 gutter runners there, they're going to be throwing 40 dice. Realistically, you only need 3 to go through, 3 6s maybe. Be able to pull in 3 mortal wounds, have a fail awards. Bosh bosh. Still only turn 1 here. Pretty quick turn 1, I think. Might get that turn 1 charge from Marathi here. Part of me thinks Big Marathi should have gone into the center. Claimed dominance before bouncing into the Storm Fiends if you double turn. The worst thing that happens is she lives to turn 3 if you don't double turn, because you're not getting shot as you enter in this point. You might get shot as you enter in the second. So if Big Marathi actually bounces here, maybe these guys come this way. He deletes this unit, right? It's gone. These guys delete that unit. You still got the same predominant outcome and Big Marathi is sat here. You win the turn, you go into the Storm Fiends, start ruining the day. If you don't win the turn and Big Marathi's here, you get shot by some Storm Fiends and lose 3 wounds. Cool. This way, there is a chance that you lose 3 wounds in Overwatch. Unleash Hell, before it even begins. Then if Duncan gets the turn, you're going to lose another 3 wounds. And then if you charge here, you're going to lose another 3 wounds. Like, I think this might have been a... we'll have to see how it works out. Praying or telling. Is that one clan rat alive? Is he going to inspire presence to that clan rat? Damage there. An arcane bolt into the warband underband. Underworlds. There we go. Warband off to the bottom right. Can't see it because it is hidden behind the terrain. I think those gutter runners might cause a little bit of a problem. They did take the 3 wounds off Marathi. I think it was 3. I'm just going to check. No charge coming in there from Marathi. Bottom left. Failed charge. Actually, the Underworld's warband that charged into Little Marathi. Back. Dunk, bringing back Skaven. How is he bringing those back, Moog? Take a couple seconds for you to get back, but it looks like he's bringing some back. Didn't look like a big rally. But he did inspire presence to keep one of them around. 19 dead, 1 around. Could see the rally coming in. Priority goes through. 3 into a 1. I think that is a double turn there for him. Eye for an eye. Wiped out that unit in the bottom right. Yep, Graham taking that turn. Might as well double turn. It's a weird one, right? Because I don't think you need the double turn this turn. I think he could have given it away to Dunk. He only lost those 3 with Marathi. He didn't take any extra wounds. D3 back in the battle shock phase. Hold the fat 3. Dunk could use the extra command point from going second here to rally back that unit. No, there we go. He has passed it back over. Decision was made. Dunk. The turn. I think that's fine. I think the gutter runners maybe shoot Marathi. Gonna rally that unit of clan rats maybe. What were we, a 7+ rally on those bad boys? Joking. Dale's there measuring for range. Oh, sorry, Stormfiend's measuring for range. Bow Snake's trying to So they're outside of 30, so there's no hero phase shooting from the bow snake. Graham has made the correct choice here by not taking that double turn, making it so that he has the ability to do it later on in the turn. What you don't want to do, particularly in this early stage of the game, put yourself in a position where take the double turn early, but to not a maximum effect. Because if you look at where Graham's army is at the moment, it's all spread out. Like, it's all relatively far back. It's not where he wants to be. He can't make the most of that double turn. Next turn, however, 2 into 3, different story. If Duncan had won the priority, I would have done the opposite, and I would have given Graham the turn. I'd have made him double turn. Because you're outside of 30 inches of those bow snakes, so you're safe from a hero phase shoot. They're going to walk up the board and shoot you, but that's fine, whatever. It's the Marathi that you want to try and control a little bit more here. But because Dunk does have the turn, could see those gutter runners. Gonna throw some more wounds into Big Marathi here, maybe. Storm Fiends are a little far away, being able to pop through a hole and snakes. Those snakes causing a real problem, but what this has done right by Graham not charging like Big Marathi in there is it's given an opportunity for her to be alive turn 3. Will be guaranteed if manages to suffer now. She'll have 6. He does nothing with Marathi in the next turn. Should be guaranteed at least turn 3 finish, if not 4. Game again, but there are a unit of Jezzails that could throw some hurt out. Part of me wonders if you would be better sniping out the Gladiatrix, that with the Jezzails, or even just some of those bow snakes. Try and remove the amount of attacks that come from that hero phase shoot, and make it a little harder for Graham to pull off the plan that he probably want to pull off here. Want to make sure you're out of 30, but doing what you can. You either commit so you're in 30 and able to shoot what you want with those Storm Fiends, or you stay right back. Look at the Storm Fiends War Scroll. 24 inches on those wind launchers. Pretty nasty. D3 damage, 3 shots each, and there's 2 of them in that unit. So 6 shots at 4s and 3s, -3. D3 +1 if you warp spark, which I imagine you would. And because that unit currently has 10 or more models, you'll be winning on 2s because you get +1. Not going to be in range to get any rattling cannons down, I don't think. That's unfortunate because they would be 2 damage apiece at 3d6 attacks. 2 of them. I don't actually know if he's got any water cannons. Let's have a cheeky look at Duncan's list. He has, 2 rattling cannons, 2 wind launchers, and 2 shock gauntlets. So we're just going to see the spells cast again. Launching is out, and I'm not quite sure why. Against the odds has now been chosen by Duncan, which makes a lot of sense. Both players scoring a solid 2 points in turn 1. Eye for an eye, nicely achieved by Graham. Duncan could have gone for it this turn. Sorry, and we have the enhanced Skitter Leap coming in from the Deceiver. They're only 6 inches away that you need to be. Rather than 9 with that dreaded Skitter Leap. Nice and simple. Like he's taken a couple of wounds, or is that a finest hour maybe? On that. Deceiver is pretty nasty. 6 attacks, 3s to hit. 2s to wound, -3, 2 damage flat each. Flaming weapon has also gone off. So we're looking at a mighty 3 damage. Roll 6 with the Doomstar. It's 2 mortal wounds on the shooting phase, and you've got that to go into it as well. Holy smoke. Also add 1 to hit and wound rolls with Lord of Assassin. Has a 5-up ward. No movement in the following movement phase though. Good Skittle Leap around the board again. Have to see where he's going to charge into with this. I reckon he's going to possibly look at the gutter runners going in and what damage they can do. Or then moving over. Look at this. Look at these armies. Oh, they are gorgeous. Painted wonderfully. The colours across Graham's army is beautiful. And then in true Skaven Eshin fashion, nice dark and dingy Skaven there for Duncan. The unit of Witch Elves there on the left. The Gutter Runners solidly in the centre top of your screens. Not sponsored by Pepsi. A unit of Stalwart Clan Rats in the centre of the battlefield. Taken down to a man. Automatically passed the Battle Shock test after losing 19. And then bringing 3 back in the Battle Shock phase. I imagine Dunk will do the same. Battle Shock phase and bring 3 more back. Meaning that you are going to have to commit to something here, Graham. Don't know what. Gutter Runners making a beeline there for that unit. Surprised you wouldn't throw some shots into Marathia with them first, maybe. They are -1. Rend in combat, which is quite nice. 2 attacks each. They could run and shoot, but not run and charge. 7 in. What is launching potentially picking up? Storm Fiends making their way downtown. Going to be out of the range of Rattling Cannons, I think, with only a 12-inch. But in range with Wind Launchers to do some damage. Hearing them properly, Dunk. Get it. Stone Boat causing him a bit of a error. Right at the front, the Rattling Cannon's really useful for that Overwatch, just in case Marathi does want to get into them, or even any other unit. I mean, a double 2 into 3 would be really good for Graham. Being able to potentially throw 2 units, that unit of Witch Elves, which will most likely mop up the Clan Rats, and then a Hell from right, and then Big Marathi. You throw those Witch Elves in first, they soak the Unleashed Hell, and Marathi goes in unscathed. You have the Shock Gauntlets as well on that unit. You assume they are just lots of ablative wounds. There are 36 wounds in that unit. Quite a chunk to go through with the 4-up save base. Keep your Arch Warlock near them. Put a cheeky Mystic Shield. Make them a 3+ on that defense for a 2+. Any Rend that you have becomes not obsolete, but minimal effect at the least. Does obviously outweigh all of your pluses with the negatives. However, it's fine. And here we go, some shooting into Marathi. I've got just the 1 hit. 1 wound. Marathi save it. Not, because it's got Rend 1 on it. Oh no, no Rend on this one, sorry. Yeah, no Rend. Now we're going to throw our Star Bowlers here from the Deceiver. Dunk, what are we throwing them into? You've got D6 shots. 6-inch tail attacks as well. Prehensile tails. D6 shots is a big 5. Nice. Good work, good work. 5 shots here. I believe these are going into Marathi. It would make a lot of sense. 4 hits. 2 wounds. Save 1, fail 1. Damage. Damage. Oh, it's on the gladiatrix. Fair play, fair play. Sails into Marathi. See what damage we can do. 2 mortal wounds and a wound, I think. Fails to save as well. 4 damage in total. 1, 2. Another 3 wounds there, done to Marathi. So the Zales have done their job. Those gutter runners can now shoot away at some other stuff, other units. Maybe trim down those Sisters of Slaughter there in the center of the battlefield. Or potentially look at those Witch Elves, which are posing a little bit of a problem towards those Clan Rats in the middle. There are only 4 left. There are about to be D3 more. Minimum of 1. I'd potentially try and get rid of that screen. Or get rid of those 20 and then charge with your gutter runners into that unit of 10 Witch Elves, because you'll probably do a lot of damage. These are the gutter runners as we speak. 3 mortal wounds go through, 4 mortal wounds go through, sorry. Taking out all those fails. Not a lot of fails, to be fair, Dunk. Oh, you did pretty well, dude. You did pretty well. Yep. Oh, there's a lot of 1s and 2s. 2, 4, 6, please, sir. 4 more. Take the 6 saves here on the unit. That's 2. 4 taken plus the 4 mortals makes 8. I can math, can Dunk. That's the question. And just the 1 save. Holy smokes, that is 7 wounds taken on the cauldron from the wind launch is being measured up here. Can they reach anything in range? A mighty 24 inches there on the range of those launchers. A good 2 foot. They are within range of the objective. Warp Stone Warp Stone Spark eaten, munched, crunched, and swallowed. Dunk rolling hot, hopefully, here on the Storm Fiends going into unit of 20, but I think by the looks of it, only missing twice. 3 wounds go through. -3. D3 plus 1 damage. D3s, here we go. We have got 2, Bath 6. A lot more than 6. And it's the screen at the front that he's shooting. Okay, I would have shot into that unit of 20, to be honest with you, and then charged screen at the front with the gutter runners, because you can't wound Marathi anymore. Let her do what she needs to do. 3 left in that unit. There are 2 command points available for Graham to be able to Battle Shock immune them. Got a charge coming in from the deceiver. It is a... Don't move those dice, Dunk. Double 1. Oh. Dunkioni. Here we go. Command point reroll. Gotta do it, Dunk. Come on, you can do it, mate. Three, 2, 5 is enough. Oh, that's the little guy. Sorry. Deceiver not getting in real hurt there. Dunk failing miserably. Think. Oh, we're going to roll, Dunk. Come on, you can do it. This is the roll for the Deceiver now. Maybe that double one was on little dude. 7. Yep. Okay, that was right. Yep. Send the little guy in. Take any unleash hell possible. Then send the Deceiver in to do some damage with your finest hour, finest sir, on him there. Have a look at it. Look at this. Rattos moving up. Elves moving in. Contest for the center of the battlefield here in head-on collision. Quite a few points available for victory points. If you can hold your opponent's home objective, it is 4 VPs available for you. And we're staying 3 outside of the big boy. What did he roll? Let's go to the right-hand cam and have a look at Dunk's dice. We have got a 9 there on the gutter runners, rolling themselves straight into combat with the 20 unit of which elves. You tag them as much as you can on this side here that we're seeing. Get as few in range, sorry, as many in range for you, as few in range for the Sisters of Slaughter. And because of the way pilings are going to work, they're going to have to pile this way. Half the unit's going to have to pile this way. You have to pile in towards the closest enemy model, which means you are splitting that unit and severely reducing the number of attacks that is available for Graham to go back into those gutter runners. Dunks has done this before. Rinse, repeat, and play the game. Done it really well. Obviously, I have come up with a couple of solutions and question-solving things. Turns out to be correcting me at every step. Dunk being an absolute gent. Good work, good sir. Deceiver now. 6 attacks. 3 damage each because of flaming weapon. Those snakes looking to take some damage. Looks like we've got all our defense and some other buffs here. Sorry. But we've got finest hour and some other buffs here on the Deceiver, so it is going to be wounding. And hitting on 2s. That unit of 10 snakes. Still 10 strong. And a warp spark also eaten. Dice here. Wow, it's quite a lot of dice, Dunk. Ending on 2s, thankfully. 9 saves to make. Come on, Graham. Roll them just there for me. Oh, straight through, of course, because of the damage. Getting all of his dice together. That is 21 damage by the looks of things. 7 times 3. Looking for those 6s, my dude. What do we get? Loads? None? Reasonable amount. Reasonable amount. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 snakes removed from the Deceiver. What a power move there from Dunks to be able to just absolutely ruin their days. And we have got a... Yep, you're going to have to be a bit better than that. Unfortunately, can't remove them out of a 3-inch gap to be able to keep them in combat with our little Skaven hero here. Holy smokes, you are not going to make any use of those bow snakes if they are dead. Removing that many points that soon is going to surely give Dunk a really solid opportunity to win this game. The mindset and the mind game's pretty strong here, putting Graham in a negative position. And he's that stressed that we've lost our top-down cam. Not a problem. Let us go to viewing our... Oh, sorry, I meant to do right. Sorry, team. View right. You can see Dunks getting all of those mortal wounds onto the gutter runner from the gutter runners. 4 mortals so far. Quite a few misses. 5 saves at round 1. On to the Sisters of Slaughter. Fails them all. 1 damage apiece. Plus the 4 mortals. Failed them all anyway, doesn't matter. That is a unit of Sisters getting absolutely ruined. Their day is not looking wonderful. Feel bad for Graham here. Dunk just making him lift his models off the table. Poor Graham. Confirmed, Duncan is bad man. Duncan is indeed bad man. Gonna see the pile in from El Rato. Just to keep those bow snakes in combat there so they can't rally. Do whatever they need to. Do whatever they want to, sorry. Might as well take them in. If they can kill our little hero friend here, they can do some damage next turn when you rally them back. Potentially bring them all back and undoing Duncan's work, but you've got to be damn careful. I might have to move that view left camera tomorrow. He is being wounded before the Gladiatrix. Potentially being 3 inches to go in and maybe make the use of her special roll. Take him out of combat. Terrible rule, the 4+ rally. Ooh, damn right. Island from Gladiatrix there. Getting into a position. Maybe get her attacks off and then potentially spike that D3 roll. Like to see her whip come into effect. Going into Graham's turn 2. This is all Dunk's turn 2 actually. He has proven a lot of damage. Hour and 40 minutes left on the clock here for the players. They have played over an hour and 20 minutes of their current time. Duncan is proving he knows how to use this army. We've seen 8 of those bow snakes lifted. Marathi's lost half her health. That unit of witch elves in the front have only got 3 out of 10 left. That unit of Sisters of Slaughter have been removed to 6 out of 20. There's seriously heavy woundage on the Aldrin there. Has taken 7 well. Looking a little unfortunate. And we do see the Gladiatrix has done her work. Successfully managed to remove our poor little Skaven hero. Has opened up for a 4+ rally though. But there are now 2 inspiring presence choices here. One on the Witch Elves. One on the Sisters of Slaughter. You have got one of those 2 choices, and it is going to make it very difficult. You're probably going to be losing one of these units in Battle Shock. Don't choose the right one. I would auto pass the Sisters, as 16 means that they're lost. Sorry, 14 losses means they are 100% running away. Duncan pulling back another 3 clan rats. My God. The man knows nothing of kindness. Has to now use triangles because the unit is too big to cohere to normal coherency rules. And he's just removing the sisters. He has a command point. You get one at the start. I guess you're saving it for rally and then a hero phase shoot. Maybe with the bow snakes. Rally into the bow snakes makes sense. They've lost 7. They're 1 or a 6. Yeah. 2. 1 being removed there. Only 2 Witch Elves left. Graham's lines are looking thin. Dunks was outnumbered on model count at first, but he's managed to really put himself in a position that is favourable. Can't rally and then heroes phase shoot? No? Can he not? Why can't he? Hold home. Hold middle. Claimed. Ah, fair play. Well, in that case, why on earth are you saving that extra CP? Reroll of a charge, potentially. Marathi's got a lot of work to do here. Dunks doesn't have any CP. Well, will have 1 CP left for his general being alive. Wherever Marathi goes, wherever she charges, it's going to be probably not a great idea to do that because they will lose 3 wounds again. And it will take them down to 9 out of 12 taken. Not phenomenal. Just frustrating. Game's already finishing here at the Quest of Champions finals. Warrior Lodge's Tom Wainwright. Louis Meadows versus Freddie Leggett on table 12 here. They have randomized the table numbers, I believe. Think. They must have done, because there's no way Mr. Alex Jones is on table 3. A joke, a joke. He's playing Iron Jaws, actually. Dunk feeling good. He's got a walk like he's just shat himself. Get that CP back. What happens? I would 100% rally those snakes back rather than just shooting with 2 of them because you want to be able to shoot with as many in combat in the shooting phase as possible. Eight dead. Average, you bring 4 of those back because of 4+ stupid rallies. I still am a firm, strong believer that rally is one of the most obnoxious rules in the Thank you very much for joining us here. I am super happy with you guys coming out. Thank you for joining us for the 2 final. We are 2 out of 5 games through. You can expect some weekly programming coming from Dice and Ducks in the upcoming month or so, where we will be streaming Age of Sigmar and Star Wars Legion once a week, and potentially some Pokemon too. Who knows? I know. I'll put a schedule together. And here we go. Dunks do be getting against the odds. And against the odds also chosen for Graham here. Already done eye for an eye. I think Dunks will be counting on one of his units dying this turn. But potentially eye for an eye next turn. You don't want to kill your opponent too quickly. There's a lot of Forge Fiend. Eight to 2 on VPs, a 6 turn for Duncan. Solid turn. Oh my Jesus Christ almighty with the shit on a stick. 5 of those bloody bow snakes back with a rally. Woo! Christ. And guess what? Regardless of whose turn it is next, he can do it again. Goddamn rally. Down with rally. I do not know how Freddy is taking his game against Louis. A lot of dead Dragon Ogres by the looks of things. Need to get rid of those clan rats on the center objective. Go on, let's have a look. What have we moved into the middle? Ah, we have got the Heart of Fury. Vacation Heart of Fury there. 45 points. Answer value of 3 for prayers. Start of the combat phase. The commanding player must roll a dice on a 1 to 5 until the end of the phase. -1 from damage inflicted. Wholly within 12 on a 6. Character 1 from a damage to a minimum of 1. And add 1 to the attacks characteristic of melee weapons used by Daughters of Khaine wholly in 12 as well. Also, if you roll a 6, it is removed from play, but pretty good. We're moving stuff into range of that invocation, clearly. Seeing what we can do. Trying to get hope for those extra attacks. Very worst. For the end of the combat phase. 1 less damage. It would have been phenomenal if he could have got that invocation off in turn 1. Put it by his snake, so they were taking 1 less damage from the deceiver, negating flaming weapon. Making it oh bad. But it doesn't matter because you can just rally the bloody snakes back. I need to check what artifact Deceiver has. Don't worry, chat, I am coming along. Check those lists, ladies and gentlemen. Comment from lists in the chat. Betterish. Duncan Woods. We are looking at Devious Adversary, a command trait. In the combat phase, if it's within 3 of an enemy that has not yet fought, add 2 to the attacks characteristic. Melee weapons. Holy, that's good. Also got the magnet trinket. Shadow magnet trinket, sorry. Just once per battle at the start of the combat phase. Get strike first on that Deceiver. Maybe not enough to keep it alive with only 13 wounds against 7 combat snakes shooting. But if it is, it's going to be crazy good to see. Oh. How you doing, Bill? Really? Again? What were you playing? Oh, yeah. It's going pretty good. Duncan has managed to get priority. Well, he was given first turn, and then he was given first turn again in turn 2. He's managed to get Marathi down 6 wounds, 3 on each of his turns, which is really solid. He wiped out a unit of bow snakes to only 2 left, and then they rallied 5 back. He has removed a unit of 20 Sisters of Slaughters with comical ease. 5 Heart Renders as if they weren't even on the board. There is a unit of Witch Elves just here that are only 2 women strong when there were 10 to start with, so he's managed to go through those pretty well. Currently up on points. He's going to be holding the middle still unless these clan rats are taken down. That was a unit of 20, Bill, that got reduced to 1. Literally 1. And then 2 battle shock phases have happened, and he's brought D3 back and 3 both time. So it's pretty damn good. Dunk's looking in a really solid position. Graham, by keeping these guys alive, has made a really good, strong move. But we'll have to see how much the Deceiver does, because it couldn't quite get into all of those bow snakes or kill them all, but it did a damn good job. Damn good job. So yeah. There you go. Have a summary. That's a summary for anybody watching. Thanks, Bill. I know what I'm doing sometimes. Thank you. Maybe I just make that snippet every turn. Yeah, why not? Got to multitask. Somebody has to. And okay, chat, hope you're doing well. Thank you so much for joining me here. We can see that those Witch Elves are coming back round. I assume they are going to just try and stop this Deceiver. Obviously, it can't move this turn, but it can still. Dreaded Skitter Leap. Dunk still has those Storm Fiends that are going to cause a muck. If Graham's going to have to deal with the Deceiver this turn, he's going to have to hope for another win on the double. 2 into 3. That he can then deal with the Storm Fiend in his own time. You can imagine Dunk might just Jezzail another 3 wounds off Marathi. And look at those Storm Fiends getting into range to do some serious damage to the Combat Snake. The problem with the heart as well is at the start of the combat phase, there's the word must roll a dice. If he rolls a fat 6 for that heart, it's going to be no use to him if Duncan does get the turn. Going to be hoping for that 1 to 5 just to keep it around. Marathi there. Waddling up, she is graciously wounded, having taken 50% of her wounds already. Dunk doing a really good job of playing around her. Graham, I'm going to ask him what his thought process around moving Marathi down here turn 1 was. I'd have full sent her. Turn 1. Then if you win the priority like you did, send again into turn 2. Getting to those Storm Fiends, looking in a really favorable position. Don't worry about, I mean, you had units of Witch Elves. You could have just screened out your objective for a couple turns, giving Marathi then time to turn tail, come back if needs be. I think Graham's game plan might have been to give up trying to get Duncan's objective at all this game and simply focus what is in front of him. I'm undecided as to whether that was the best course of action. Being taken here by our boy, the Deceiver. Rolls coming out, shots, more shots. All the time. Deceiver taking some more wounds. I would be a little cautious here if I was Graham. See those gutter runners falling themselves down? Getting taken down. Uno by Uno. Thank you, Sam. Staff at Sanctuary always being great, as usual. The owner's a bit dodgy, though. Bottle of water for me. Very much. Quite a lot of wounds there on the Deceiver. I don't think it's enough to make a massive difference, to be honest with you. Maybe we see a Deceiver die this turn, but that is inconsequential. Dunks. The Deceiver did its job. It's putting pressure where it needs to. Pulling Graham's army back on it. That's it. No charges. Priority 3 plays. 3 plays what? 3 plays what? What does 3 play? Duncan getting the priority and taking the turn. Obviously, only 2 of those clan rats live some shoots. Oh, ran away for battle shock. Fair play, fair play. Duncan going to be taking that turn, doing all the heroic stuff before choosing a battle tactic. I think eye for an eye will be most useful here, no? There is literally 3 witch elves that you can do it easily on in the middle. You don't even have to declare, you can just take it and do it. Maybe a heroic recovery coming out from our Lord, our Saviour, the Deceiver. An hour and 19 minutes left to play, Dunks. Near time. I'll decide how far he is away from certain stuff. Could he potentially pop them through the Gnaw hole? Bring them out on the right hand side? Or even right down here. Shoot these guys. Kill these in shooting, right? Charge into these, kill these, right? Use the Jezzails to take off Marathi's wounds. Yeah. And then if Marathi charges the Storm Fiends, she gonna die in Overwatch. Pretty simple. Keeping the double turn Dream alive here for Dunks. The Deceiver living for another turn. Imagine a heroic recovery coming in. It would make sense. I go and get a cheeky look at the wounds left on certain models. I'll be right back. Okay. So the Deceiver has 11 wounds left because he has the artifact. That means if you're outside of 9 inches, you can't be shot. He moved the bow snakes just within 9. Just within. A redeploy came through. Dreaded Skitter Leap. You can't move in the movement phase. However, there is nothing to say that you can't pile in, redeploy, or charge. Just cannot move in the following... Oh, hang on a minute. What? Cannot move in the following movement phase, which is why it's so good. Okay. So Dunk could Dreaded Skitter Leap here. Wait, no. He couldn't have been able to move. Is redeploy a move? Ooh. Deploy a move. Standard move of a D6 inches, right? Redeploy. Deploy. In the enemy movement phase, after an enemy unit has finished move, run, whatever, unit receives a command, must be within 9 of the enemy unit, more than 3 away. We make a D6 inch move. Deceiver says, move that hero from the battlefield, set up anywhere in the battlefield more than 6 inches away. The hero cannot move in the following movement phase. Either way. I got it wrong. But Deceiver managed to just be out of 9. Can't be shot over 9 because of the artifact. Measuring. Little Marathi for some black horror of ooh, I believe. Eye for an eye chosen by Dunks because he did indeed lose that unit of clan rats in the center. Did not live with just the one. The one. Proving ground. Solidly in the center of the battlefield there. Those clan rats at the back are going to be too far away. This is going to have to look at doing low scoring turn for Dunks, possibly a 4-point turn here. Hold home. Battle tactic and a GV claimed. Don't think he's Getting that unit of 20 at the back of the board up there. Through a Norhole. The cheeky charge. And some Dispels coming out. Just try and see what he can do. I don't think Dunk's really too worried about the current situation. I mean, it is still anybody's game to lose. We were looking a bit all thin on the ground there for Graham until the rally came through. Good rally. Needs to decide what he is doing this turn. We have wind launchers in range. The proving ground. Storm Fiends are not battle line. A mistake to make, my dude. Maybe. Trying to get the Rattling Cannon in range. Try and kill that unit. In launches into something else. Marathi. Gladiatrix. I would most definitely start with the Jezzails though. Throw those Jezzails right into Marathi. See if you can take out 3 more boons off her. Meaning she only has 3 left. Severely damage the movement here of Big Marathi. Also dissuade a charge on anything. Almost use your Storm Fiends at the front line at this point. Pain in the ass. Also, Big Marathi's not going to be getting through the Storm Fiends, I don't think, anytime soon. Maybe taking out 1 or 2. Shoot her in the following combat phase. So providing Dunks does 3 wounds to her this turn, I think gonna be pretty dead turn 4. Almost indicates that you have to do something with her this turn just to try and help. Amarat's running up the battlefield. Through Sales. Moving to see Marathi there. A lot of sense. Deceiver running away. Tactically retreating maybe to a Norhole. Pop out a Norhole. Marathi in the back. Very possible. Doesn't have to move. Could just stay where he is. Stay outside of 9 of those bow snakes. Can't get out of 17, I don't think, so there's not going to be the opportunity to stay super safe from the shooting phase and the hero phase. We're all going to stay safe from the hero phase shoot. And we're getting somewhere. Partial moves, yeah, partial moves. Dunk's deciding what he wants to go into. Get that Deceiver to a safer place for the next turn. Then to try and get a charge ground. Actually, that's a really good shout. Good. Charge around here. Wipe this unit. Rattling gun here. Zales here. Wind launchers like here. Even into the cauldron. You can see quite a lot of damage coming out from Dunks again this turn. Really does know what he's doing with the Skaven list. It is. Damn nice. Lovely to see. Also lovely to see the crowd that we've got here playing their games of Warhammer Age of Sigmar. 32 players here for the Warrior Lodge Finals. One definitive winner, 5-0, is possible and on the cards for at least one person here. Weekend. Love to see at the end of Game 3 today what the tables look. An hour and 8 minutes left on the clock. We have currently played just shy of 2 hours of this round. Dunks has painted a work of art and gone to the toilet 4 times and got 7 drinks. Graham is like, my dude, can we play this game? Jazale's looking at Big Marathi or Little Marathi. I would shoot big, considering Little. Terrifying beauty. No mortal wounds. 2 wounds. 1, 2, 1. Oh, sorry, into the... I'd have not done that if I were you, Dunk. 3 wounds off Marathi. There's Jazale's at this point, I think. Kill points don't matter, that is absolutely fine, but removing a 3-cast wizard, pretty damn strong if you ask me. Also, the hero phase shoot as well, means you can play around a little more loose phase. Rattling cannons into that unit of Witch Elves. Wind launchers into our cauldron. And Mr. Mark Ward looks like he's just taken a dump. Win. Got his ass handed to him. Get your ass handed to you. Oh. No way. Of course not. Grim. The Olindo one. Yeah, well, you live, you learn, you make mistakes, and you call Mark, so. It's all a bit shit for you, mate. Sorry? Yeah. Again. Well, Dunks is repping Gaff real well here. Managing to be tricksy and deceiving. Pretty strong going into his turn. I reckon a battle tactic and hold home. Pretty much guaranteed. Comes onto the cauldron here from the wind launchers. What the rattling cannons can do. 3d6 shots. Oh wait. 9 or 14. Wrong one. Seven to make on these witch elves. And we are not looking good. 5 dead? Nine mortal wounds taken. Remove that unit. Eye for an eye achieved. Winner, winner. Cluck, cluck, dinner. Super easy for him. Our table 12 are just having cake and eat. in for Graham. And any wounds to Marathi this turn. Got a throwing star available. Oh no, there we go. And wounds done to Marathi. Oh, the cauldron getting removed as well. He's 7 wounds done to it earlier, really coming through and helping chip that down, ready for a turn 3 removal for him. Marathi's probably going to have between 3 and 4 wounds left. Three Dunk's going to feel very comfortable here. If it's any more than that, it's going to be a little worse for him. Pete No Cheese losing a game. Huh? Me? No, I'm alright, thank you though. I appreciate it. Has it got cheese in it? Mr. Pete No Cheese. Oh, is it? Oh. Of course, yeah. I don't eat brownie, but thank you. I'm a weird person that doesn't eat cake, chat. Pretty darn tough here. Dunk's just calling turn. You know, he doesn't want to risk anything here. Stay out of range of those snake ladies. Looking at a solid hold home, hold middle for Dunks. Eye for an eye, giving him a battle tactic. We are seeing what Graham is wanting to do now. Daughters of Khaine do have a couple of battle tactics available to them to allow them to get extra points if achieved by a system or all-weight shelf unit. However, there are only shelves left in that unit there. For Graham, let us take a cheeky spot check. We have a Marathi with only 3 wounds left. 2, 4, 6, 7 bow snakes. High gladiatrix. And 9 witch. 7-point deficit. Graham's turn 3. Oh boy, oh baby, oh wow. It's a beautiful. Graham deciding what he would like to do. Having a think, having a muller. Being a muller, I wonder how Mr. Tom Waller faring against our wonderful Liam. Tom could win the game and win his next game real quick on stream. We can have a nice early evening, gentlemen. Obviously, the longer you guys are here, the better it is for the channel's watch hours. We are making our way hastily through watch hours. We are looking pretty damn good, chat. Thank you so much for joining me. Appreciate you here on the halfway there. Watching hours. We are going to see now. Graham really struggled with this battle tactic. I am just going to go and check Marathi's wounds. Be right back. Indeed, 9 wounds left on Marathi. Oh, taken on Marathi, sorry. That has ramped up rather quickly. Bed right up. Head to head chosen here for Graham. That is interesting. Battle tactics, head to head, it might be a throw on. Pick an enemy Ghanaian veterans unit on the battlefield. Complete it if you destroyed with an EV unit of your choice. Yours. Don't know how he's going to achieve that, so I assume it's a throwaway at this point. However, I would have probably desecrated. What? Find out if Louis win, loss. 38-20. Yeah, of course. Freddy coming out with a big W there against Louis. 2-0 for Freddy going in to the third game. He knows how to use his Beast of Chaos. Head indeed chosen. We'll hold home. We might hold middle. But I don't think we're going to be holding much longer for Graham. Hoping for a double turn. 3 into 4 at least. Attempt to claw something. Anything back. And a couple of unbinds attempted by Dunks. It's going to be fruitful. Fruitless. Fruitless. Less fruits. Less fruits, please. That unit of Storm Fiends causing nothing short of a headache here for Graham. Maybe he will try and whittle down what he can with his bow snakes. I didn't. I just told him he was a moron and didn't know how to play the game. Hello, buddy. Yeah, you want to come and join me? Huh? Oh, okay. Did you win? Oh. Are you having fun? Yeah. Alex off to the pub. One of the great things about Sanctuary is there is a Weatherspoons next door. And every now and then they do present themselves with a bar license here. But Weatherspoons is literally just next. "55 minutes on the clock." Graham can do anything at this point. Hero face shoot, I think. And out, and from the snakes. Whittle those Storm Fiends down where you can. Take what you can. Hope for a double turn to shoot them again twice. If you don't get the double turn, that might be all she wrote. Being able to pull them into range here of the Storm Fiends. The Jezzail still looking lively. They might just chip Marathi down to her last wound. Take her out of the game next turn. If Dunk gets the turn, I would start with the Jezzail shooting. But potentially look at throwing the Deceiver through the warp hole to the bottom. Maybe, or maybe you just run at Little Marathi. She is just down there waiting to redeploy. Wait for the stand and shoot, my dude. A run here from the Witch Elves. Always stand and shoot into the Witch Elves. Take those out. Because I don't think Marathi will kill all of those little boys. But we do have a shooting phase left. I imagine we're going to see one Storm Fiend down. Looks like he has 2 command points taken. Oh, sorry. 1 or 2 command points left. And yeah, so those Witch Elves moving up there. Ready to run into or try and charge into those Storm Fiends. Again, I think there's a couple of ways that it's almost a scoop from Graham here. That is, if he fails this Witch Elf charge, if he Yeah, if he fails the Witch Elf charge, fails the Marathi charge, loses the turn priority, Dunks put himself in a really good position where he's like, right, you've got so many different things to do, and Dunks is looking pretty strong to take this at the moment. 7-point lead in a game where his home objective will be nice and safe for quite a while. It's going to be mighty interesting. Staying away from the Deceiver as much as possible. Got to remember that the Deceiver can just go and smack Little Marathi in the face. And remove Big. One of the best things about the ability here. Do that. Little Marathi just tipping a toe on that home objective. If Dunks gets turn, that could be a full sweep of points here. Only killing Big Marathi. That one's mine. Pretty easily done, I think. With the Deceiver into Little Marathi. Pick a unit. I pick Marathi. Well, the Shadow. It would have to be the Shadow Queen, right? Because Little Marathi doesn't get slain. She just gets removed. Whereas Big Marathi is the one that gets slain because Big Marathi is the one that takes the wounds. Oh god, the game mechanics of Marathi are nothing short of a pain in the ass. And the shooting phase going into the Storm Fiends there from Lesnick. Save the command point for that Unleash Hell. If he fails that charge... I mean, you're going to Unleash Hell with the Storm Fiends regardless. One down. Enough. You are going to Unleash Hell, whether it's into the Witch Elves or into Marathi. You prefer Marathi, but the Witch Elves might be... What happens? Part of me thinks if Dunks had just charged. Small unit of 10 Witch Elves, would they be safe? Would Marathi have gone north or towards the Deceiver? Never know. I will be asking Graham later on what his purpose behind putting Big Marathi down in that bottom left-hand side was. Why he didn't just full send. Obviously, we have multiple angles of the table here, and it is a damn sight easier to be able to see what is going on. It is much, much easier for me to be able to sit here and go, well, you should do this, I can see this, you should do this, than actually being at the tabletop. Go, charges coming in. Put the one in, see what the Unleash Hell does. You've got a command point left on Dunk's side here. There'll be an all-out defense, I assume, coming from them. This looks like the wind launches. 2d3. 4 damage. And 6d6 shots. From the Gatling Rattling guns. That's something like 24 shots. Absolutely chaotic here for Duncan. Those Witch Elves were not long for this world. However, what they have done is taken that Unleash Hell, so Marathi didn't have to. She will live to turn 4. Unless Dunks manages to punch her to death in combat. Not so sure she's going to do very well. And Dunk's rolling all of those dice in the close cam. Thank you very much, good sir. Look at those dice. Good work, sir. And priest to wound. Used to win. 11 more saves to make on top of those 4. Graham, what are we looking at here, my dude? Oh, these are the armor saves first. Damage each because no spark, no warpstone spark. Pass 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10. That would have been the original unit dead. It is now the supplementary slightly wounded unit dead. They have indeed tanked that Unleash Hell. Oh, Graham, you do that, my dude. We get to see this sneaky shot here of Marathi. Let's go to the close-up. See her move in. Bang. Straight into the Storm Fiends. There we go. Yeah, pretty solid. Let's have a look from the right-hand side here. See, she goes into the Storm Fiends. There is no Unleash Hell. Graham is hoping, praying, and betting on Duncan. I guess losing this. If it was me, if I was Duncan, would save that command point for an inspiring presence on the Storm Fiends. Just to keep them around in case I win that priority and I can just shoot Marathi in the face. Or shoot her off the table with the Jezzails first. Then use like the rattling gun that's left or the wind launcher into one of the heroes. Like the Gladiatrix is sat right here. Remember, these two ladies are soul linked. Going anywhere, one without the other. 3 going through to the Storm Fiends. 2, I believe. One dead. 2 dead. 9 damage, I think that went through. Oh, rolls a 1 on the tail attack. That is nothing short of a feels bad right there. Fortunate for Graham. And then we got Crown of Woes, 6 attacks. In on 3s. Rerolling 1s because no, add 1 to hit now. Or no rend still, maybe rend 1. Nothing to be crying about. 1 goes through. It's just the 1 damage unless she's got Mind Razor and then it's 2. Oh. Another. Go on, slap it back in the face. Storm Fiends, combat. How are they? Clubbing blows. Four attacks each. 4s and 3s, no rend, and 2 damage. 2 damage. Backing back, here we go, dunks. 4s and 3s. Oh, 3s and 3s. To make on Marathi. Oh no, Graham! Why would you do this? That's 6 damage. Is Marathi dead? 1, 2, 3, gone. Oh, wow. Big Marathi, little Marathi removed in Graham's turn. They might only have a bravery of 6 on those Storm Fiends. There's a command point to keep them around at the bottom of turn 2. And Duncan retains that objective in the center of the battlefield. Pretty simple. No head-to-head. He holds his home. It's a 6 plays a 2. Graham's going to take that turn. Ah, the center was a proving ground, of course. Graham's going to take that turn. Obviously, he has a Gladiatrix. 2, 4, 6, 7 snakes with bows. Duncan might rally those Storm Fiends in the turn just to see if he can get 1 back. It would make. Unless the players have decided they're just going to talk it through, or are we getting a battle tactic come in? Oh. Oh, he's checking for battle tactic. Take what's theirs. Still needed for Duncan here. No extra command point. Dunk gets an extra command. A rally? I like the way that Graham pulls those out. They look a bit like a spine. It looks a little bit like a spine there. Doyum. Doyum, doyum, doyum. Out muscle? Nope, there's no proving ground, right? Could he out muscle? No, he can't out muscle. Barge, not really doable. That one's mine, no longer doable. Oh, actually, no longer doable. You could try and desecrate, I guess. Desecrate's a solid one, maybe. Gaining momentum's almost pointless. Gonna have to run those snakes if we want to get to the desecrate, though. We are going with... Ooh. Gaining momentum. Pick an enemy unit. Kill it. Hold more than your opponent. Guess he's hoping those bow snakes manage to do some work into a unit. Need one command point. Gotta kill a unit, pick a unit, kill a unit, or more than your opponent. Hit the Storm Fiends. All hoping on these sixes, hoping these mortals go through. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. Sorry, 14 dice. Sixes. Right in the right place. Nada. 4 mortal wounds. 6 mortal wounds. Kills the Storm Fiend. And then 4 at Ren 2. 4 at Ren 2 coming in from Donkey. Fails 3. Not enough to kill them. They're not even going to kill them in combat, I don't think. Six shield still nicely safe on them there. Keeping them super duper confident. Charges coming in. There's a 10, 11, sorry. You've kind of got to. Dominatrix in. Unleash Hell. Yep, it makes sense. Get him in. You've got a Rattling Cannon and a Wind Launcher left. Wind Launcher does 1. It's 3. For 1 wound. And then, oh my god, an abysmal roll. 2 2s on those dice out of 3s. Not good, not good. 5 dice out of 3. 3d6. So there's 3 more to make here. Gladiatrix. 2 more. Safe, she's in. I assume charging the bow snakes too. DP reroll. Into a 10 by the looks of things. Put them where you want them, move on with your life. Get as many attacks in as you can. Those Blood Sisters won't be doing a whole lot of work here in combat. Sorry, Blood Stalkers. God, he wishes they were Blood Sisters right now. They have 2 attacks each, 3s and 4s, no rend, 1 damage. One of them will have a Bloodworm as well. A lot. It is not a lot. 39 minutes left on the round. Graham trying to do all he can here into the unit of Storm Fiends. There are 8 wounds left in that unit of Storm Fiends. Still Mystic Shield. Gotta do gaining momentum. Don't gain any momentum. With 2 points. All these attacks coming in. What can we do? What can we do? Sir, 1s and 2s out the wazoo. All out attack on those guys to make them 2s to hit. Leave. Nine going through here on those Storm Fiends. One, 2, 3 fails. Still got a rattling gun left. Smack the Gladiatrix back in combat with your clutching clubs or whatever they are. Three hits. 1, 2 wins? 3 wins. Takes 1. Death save. Takes it. Now, the Gladiatrix will try and finish off that Storm Fiend. 6 wounds. That beast. Dunk does have a 10 in hand. I assume if he wins, we'll do his best to keep him in place. What happened? Oh, coming into the last couple of stages here of this game. Duncan versus Graham. Both players 1 win going into this. 1 player coming out, 1 win ahead. Good opportunity to look at a 5-0. Duncan is formidable at winning 3-2, 2-3, or 4-1. How's the capability to 5-0? In him. Somewhere. Powerful. I'll wait and see. Inspiring presence to keep him around. Gain a command point for the turn. Hold home and hold middle there. 3 mighty points. No gaining momentum for Graham, unfortunately. I think we're going to see Dunk. You do the same, right? You just gain a momentum yourself. You nominate the Gladiatrix. You kill the Gladiatrix. And then you walk the Deceiver home. One second. Sorry, I just wanted to make sure he wasn't like sending stuff he shouldn't be sending. Yeah, so I think gaining momentum is a pretty solid shout here for Dunk. It's nice and simple, and you can barge through enemy lines in turn 5. Get through that gnaw hole. Already have the Deceiver there. You don't need to use it this turn. And you'll get take what's theirs. Get loads sorted. Pretty simply here. For Duncan Graham. And what's he? Yep, gaining momentum. It's a solid shout. Pretty simple. Finest hour on the Gladiatrix makes a lot of sense. I think you just Jazale it off, right? I think it's pretty simple here. Jazale it off the board. Rattling cannons into that unit of snakes. Kill this with these guys. They run towards this, ready to barge next turn. This guy sneaks on there for 4 points. By the end of this turn, you might not have any army left on the field, Graham. The worst things that comes to it is the Jazales don't kill the Gladiatrix, so the Rattling Cannons do. Yeah, don't get in range with his Deceiver. Throw some stars at the bow snakes. I'm a little confused. We're out of sequencing now, I think. Oh my god! Gladiatrix down. Snakes down 2. Not a huge amount left here. What is this model here? Don't think on the close it's going to show up. Hidden. Maybe he shows up on the view right. No. Oh, it was just a spare model. Okay, phew. Whew. Oh, that was it. That was just the Rattling gun. Okay, sure. These teleport down there, ready for barge next turn. You can't like move with them or out. Duncan's done a really good job. Sealed this home. Taking it with him. Moved everything in the right place as he needs to. Whatever Graham has left after this, be a hard ask to do anything with. Or snakes being removed. Oh, he's not even done the Rattling gun yet. Holy crap. My god, Duncan. The man's already down. Why would you not all-out attack as well? That would. So 4 going through to these poor little snakes. Bish, bash, bosh. 2 damage each. 1, 2. Huh. 5 at Warden Dock now. I've lost 3 this turn. Blowing his rocket. Oh, is he charging? Go, little dude, go. 5-turn game, Duncan. Don't worry, you're only on turn 4. You don't need to kill them this turn. They're not exactly going to do a massive amount next turn apart from take a Storm Fiend off you. There is no 20-0 system. But there is 28 minutes left in this round. Half an hour left. Players just wrapping up their games. Tom Waller must have finished his game against Liam by now. Surely. There is a slim possibility that he has not, but... -1 damage. Across the board. For combat phase. Dunk's at least getting 1, 4, 2 for the battle tactic, maybe 2 more for the middle. We could be seeing 9-point turn here for Duncan. 1 snake, 1 wound. No rally next turn. Out of combat. Kills the Storm Fiend to leave the one little dude left. Can he finish this 1 snake? Which finishes it off, and Graham is wiped to a table. Handshake coming in there for Duncan. He is going to be getting a hold home. Hold everything. Dunk, you hold everything. You've put those on Graham's score, Duncan. Give me 1 second. There we go, round 5 coming in for Dunks. He has tabled yet another opponent. Barge for enemy lines claimed. 32 plus the 3 from the grand strategy. Barge for enemy lines, if you do it with 2, hit finish. That is your 35, because you got it doesn't add that for some reason. So 35 plays 13. Yeah. Wait, do you want to leave that with me? I'll take it. Thanks, dude. I will, yeah. Do you want to chat as well, or are you alright? Huh? Yeah. You want to sit down with me? Chat, we're going to have a cheeky conversation with our wiener. Yeah, put them on. Is that because I called you a winner?
Yeah, I thought you called me a wiener.
Well, I did call you a wiener. Are you alright being on camera, or do you want to just stay looking at the board?
Please put me on camera immediately.
Oh, okay, jeez. I'm going. Come in. Alright, everybody, thank you very much for joining us there for that game, Duncan versus Graham. You came out with a solid win, my dude.
Yeah, it was pretty good, but probably the greatest win I've ever had. Age of Sigmar.
Certainly the best recorded win that you've ever had. Yeah. Chipping those 3 wounds off on Marathi in turn 1 was really strong.
Yeah, look, my army's... I think it's a really hard matchup, actually, for Graham, because my army's really good at just chipping wounds off Marathi every turn. I've got, you know, Jazils and just bad shots.
Yeah, it just needs to be a little bit here and there, just a chip down before you then throw it in. And, you know, I think you put Graham in a position where if he was going to charge, he had to sacrifice something else for an Unleash Hell. Else he was losing
otherwise
Marathi.
Marathi was just going to die,
Yeah, do you know what his thoughts were about moving in turn 1 Marathi down to the bottom of the board? Or where the Norhole
I think he
was?
just wanted to block the Norhole.
I don't think it's that... I don't think
it's that important. No. But I don't know, people... Norhole's just, like, getting
they
people's heads and be like, oh, I need to block all the Norholes all the time.
Yeah.
Most of the time, I'm not going to, like, be teleporting that much through Norholes, so...
Yeah. Well, it was pretty cool to see that, the chip here, there, the damage that you managed to do onto the cauldron as well quite early on. I think 7 wounds in turn 1 or something stupid
I can't remember what the gutter runners. The gutter runners shot it. The gutter runners are amazing, by the way. They're really good.
Good. And the warband, the Underworld's warband.
Yeah, also really good.
Though the gutter runners on steroids, aren't they?
Yeah.
D3 damage.
D3 mortal wounds is brilliant. Yeah.
And then you just managed to piecemeal pick here, pick there, do all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
And it was, the moment he gave you priority turn 1 into 2, I was very confused.
I just think he thought like I don't really know. It was like he did look like he was in a fairly comfortable position, but because the deceiver can just teleport behind you and just kill something. Yep. You're not as safe as you think you are.
Yeah, the deceiver does just go boo.
Deceiver's I love the deceiver so much.
Broken, absolutely busted.
He's not at all. He's probably a little bit overcosted.
Make him 10 points. Fuck it.
Yeah, that's 10 points cheaper, definitely.
Yeah, why not? Why not? Well, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
And also, is this the dream? Is this the 5-0?
No, because I lost the first game. So.
Did you?
Yeah.
But you won it. Oh, lost it. Fine.
Oh yeah, I lost it. I was playing Mike Stewart when I was a great player.
Is this the 4-1?
I've already been 4-1, so it means nothing.
You were 4-1 at my event, right?
Your event? I didn't even come
No,
to your
Carnage.
event. Yeah.
The one I streamed. Sorry.
Oh, sorry.
Jesus.
Yeah, I was 4-1 at Carnage.
Yeah, Carnage.
I should have won Carnage, just for everyone out there.
Well, if you didn't tank the last game, you would have been fine.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I no disrespect to my opponent last game, but I messed up massively in deployment, which cost me. Anyway, whatever. That's
in the past.
But,
now you can 4-1 this event and podium, right?
I was going to 4-1 every event, I think.
Yeah, that's it. Duncan 4-1.
Never 5-0. I'm like Toby, but better.
Is that how that works?
That's what we're saying. That's what we're saying.
Oh well, right. Well, we're gonna wrap up, and I'm gonna have a 21-minute break. Actually, half an hour break.
Time for a pint.
Next. Yeah. Well, not for me. You, yeah. But at least one. Anyway, thanks for joining me for this little chat.
Yeah. Cheers, man.
I will. I'll be right back. Chat, Duncan. See you later.
Sayonara.
Thanks, dude. And we will just nip back to ourselves. Sorry, chat. I thought they were both undefeated because Duncan did tell me that he won. Oh well. Anyway, or maybe didn't win. Anyway, thank you so much for joining us. This, I realise, is a little skew-iffy. Oh, Dyson Ducks. There we go. Thank you so much for joining us, everybody. I really appreciate you guys being here. It means loads. Oh. Why are we focusing not on my face? There we go. Anyway. We're going to be back for game number 3 later on today. Keep your eyes peeled. Watch out for the Twitter on Dyson Ducks. And we are going to be, I think we're going to hit monetization soon, which means we'll have members, which is cool. And you guys can have some members in the channel too. Thank you very much for watching, everybody. I appreciate you guys. We will be back for game number 3. There you go. I can count later on. Oh, I should play the intro first. That would pretty much help.